What's up, y'all? I'm 1000. I'm an artist from Seattle, Washington, and I got a message from a dude in Australia who commissioned me to do 3 paintings for him. Turns out, like, 2 of his best mates are both having kids at the same time. He wanted to commission me to do a painting for one of them to celebrate the new baby, another of them to celebrate the new baby, and then he really likes my art, so he wanted one for himself. The last time I painted kids, I kind of was like, I swore to myself I would never do kids again, but I figure I should just like get over that and not turn down opportunities just because I don't really like painting kids that much. So I'm gonna try and do, instead of doing like a portrait of the kid, maybe more like a representation of a childlike spirit that will be adventurous and mischievous and just kind of represent this cool kid. So I'm gonna do that, and then the last piece is for the dude. It's not gonna be of a kid, it's gonna be something else. I don't really know what, but I gotta knock out 3 paintings really quick because you know, the babies are on their way, and ship them off to Australia. Speaking of which, I've sold more paintings in Australia than any other international country. Shout out to Australia. You all have excellent taste. I really want to go to Australia. It's like #1 on my bucket list right now. I don't know how any of these paintings are going to turn out because I haven't painted them yet, but in the comments at the end of the video, let me know which one was your favorite out of the 3. And also, if you aren't subscribed to the channel, click subscribe. I would really appreciate it. All right, let's make some paintings, some commission paintings. Sending them off to Australia. This is gonna be fun. Gotta paint some kids. Oh boy, kids. I hate painting kids. Start off with a pencil sketch and get my idea down. I used to not do so many pencil sketches and just kind of go for it right on the panel. And I've found over time that if I plan my paintings out a little bit more, it'll be a bit easier and save me some time in the end. And this is kind of my new process, is pencil sketching it, and then I bring it into Photoshop and do the inks digitally, basically just finalizing my line art in Photoshop. I have like a graphics tablet where I draw right on the screen, and I'm just kind of digitally inking it here. And then once I have my concept art all prepped in Photoshop, I print them out on my printer. I had to use 2 sheets of paper because the paper is like 8.5 by 11, and these panels that I'm painting are 12 inches by 12 inches. So I cut them up, stitch them together. I take some transfer paper, lay that down, tape it down, put my concept art on top of it. Gonna use ballpoint pens to retrace my art. At this point, I've drawn this piece the first time with pencil, drawn it again, inking it in Photoshop. Now I'm drawing it again by tracing it for the transfer paper, and then I'm gonna paint it. So it's like you almost make this image 4 separate times, but this is sort of the process that I've worked out on how to kind of get things the way I want them to be and plan a bit more and take these steps to get it right. All right, so I just finished transferring onto these first 2 panels, and now it's time to paint. Excitingness. Hopefully these turn out good. I don't know what colors they're gonna be yet, but we'll figure it out. Let's paint. I am using Blit cradled wood panels. They're pre-gessoed, which is kind of nice. I often gesso my own panels and then sand it, and then another layer of gesso and then sand it. But buying them pre-gessoed costs a few bucks more, but it just saves time, and I'm like all about saving time right now. Michael's to get some new brushes, 50% off coupon, yay, because I have all these brushes and those, and they're all garbage. Freshy fresh brushies, yes. The dude Victor, who hit me up and wanted me to do these, told me that his inspiration for this first piece for this kid Noah was a vacation that he took with these friends who he's buying these pieces for to celebrate their kid, a tropical vacation. He wanted lots of like tropical vibes, and he was really inspired by a couple of the murals that I painted in Brazil. So when clients hit me up I sometimes ask them if they can like look at my website and choose a few of the pieces that I've made that are their favorites, because I have a few different styles of art that I like to dabble in, and it's really nice to know which of my previous works a client is attracted to, and that kind of helps set me in the right direction. Victor sent me a bunch of really nice images from my website, images from his photos as reference, and when clients give me all this information, it's great for me because it helps point me in the right direction and know that what I'm doing is something that they'll hopefully like. I'm using Golden Fluid Acrylics. Every single video ever that I post, people ask me what kind of paint I use. I use Golden Fluid Acrylics. Golden, I'm mentioning your name so much. Please holler at me for a sponsorship. That'd be super rad. I tell people every day about your paints, so holler at your boy. Let's get that sponsorship going. That'd be super rad. Oh man, it'd be so tight if I got a Golden sponsorship. So I know somebody's probably going to ask, so I'll just go ahead and explain myself. The reason why I don't like painting kids that much is that, you know, when you paint kids, the client or the parents or whoever's commissioning you to do the painting probably wants the kid to look kind of happy and kind of cute and to be portrayed in like a really positive way. My style, even though it is cartoony and it's cute and it's colorful, there's always this hint of seriousness. Like the characters, in my mind, the characters in my paintings take themselves really seriously, and there's always like a dash of a little bit of creepiness. Doing kids, you're kind of riding this line of trying to make them cute and friendly and happy, but this challenge is good for me. I like the way these are turning out, and I feel like I'm not making the kids too creepy, but also not just making them like boring and just too cutesy. I don't know, that's just the stuff that goes through my weird artist head. When you spend so much time making art, like, you know, each of these paintings took me several days, and you just sort of like dive deeper and deeper into this world that you're trying to create, and you maybe think about it a little bit too much. And painting is so weird because it's like thousands and thousands and thousands of tiny decisions all working towards this end goal. Every stroke of paint that you put down is one tiny decision among thousands of individual decisions, but the big picture, the end goal, is what you should always be focusing on. So it's this crazy mixture of minutia and big picture and vision and trying to reach this goal of this image that you have in your head. It's a pretty interesting place for your brain to exist in. And when I've been painting all day long, sometimes I feel like I'm going into these like different brain wavelengths, and like when my wife comes in and tries to talk to me, I have to like wake myself back up and exist in the real world. I don't know, do you guys ever get that way when you're making art? Like, does it take you a little bit of time for your brain to become a normal human brain again and like be able to function and be social? Because that definitely happens to me when I'm going on like 8-hour paint sessions. Let me know in the comments if you feel that way or if it's just me. Alright, so I'm finished with this one. Gonna take the tape off here. And then I'm gonna varnish it. Some satin varnish. So I used to do a isolation layer of acrylic gel, but then I was talking to some of my artist friends, and they were saying that because it's acrylic paint and it's acrylic varnish, you really don't need that isolation layer. That's more for oil paints. So now I just do the varnish straight on the painting. Just gonna hit it with a dry brush to try and get any dust particles off of there real quick. And then I have golden satin varnish kind of mixed up with water here, and I'm gonna start just going one direction, and then I'll let that dry, go the other direction. So I'm just going up and down right now, and then on the next coat I'll go left to right. Finishing up this first painting and starting on the next one felt super good. I was already super behind schedule. I actually sent Victor an email saying, hey dude, like, I know I said I was gonna send them to you by this date, but I'm behind schedule. My family's in town for Christmas. I gotta spend time with them. You know, people are coming into my shop all the time, doing holiday shopping, getting lots of online orders. You know, I'm trying, dude. And he was pretty chill about it. It's crazy right now. My YouTube channel is just growing so rapidly, and there's just so many more people hitting me up every day and sending me messages, super sweet messages, telling me really, really nice positive things. But for the first time, I haven't been able to read all the comments and read all the messages and stay on top of everything, and people are hitting me up for a lot more commissions, which is all very, very awesome. I'm like so blessed and so thankful, and I can't thank you guys enough for watching my videos and checking out my art. But there's a lot of things to do each day. It's getting crazy. So I sent him an email. I was like, dude, I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. So this video is actually going to be just the first two paintings. I'm going to do his third painting as a separate one. These two are both of kids. They kind of go together. They fit a theme. The next one's going to be a little bit different, so we'll do that one on the next video. On this painting, Victor's concept was pretty cool. Evidently him and his friend who's having the baby both have these robot tattoos. They have like matching robot tattoos. So he sent me pictures of his tattoo and his friend's tattoo, and he wanted the kid, whose name is Mitchell, to be kind of the central figure, and these two like robot loving protector guardians kind of watching over him. So that was the theme for this one. Really sweet theme. I like the whole concept of it. It was really fun to kind of mess around with some robots based on these tattoos. I don't know. To me, it's so cool to have my art commemorate this sort of friendship and this new family and this new child that's coming into the world. And I hope that the parents love it, and that when the kid gets old enough to appreciate it, I hope that he likes it too. And it's something that can be special for these friends and these families. And this is what you want your art to do, and this is where you want your art to be. You want it to be meaningful to people and be something special for them and their family. So this was a really fun gig for me. Alright, so the last step that so many artists neglect, especially with these cradled wood panels, is to put some hanging hardware on here. A lot of artists just think you can balance it on one nail, but then it'll forever be crooked. So you owe it to your art, you owe it to your client to just go ahead and put some actual legit hanging hardware on there. Maybe put the wire here. That way there's like a center of gravity, because this wire has a little bend to it, and it'll keep it from always being crooked. So if you have a commission or a gallery show, please consider doing this. Just makes it that little extra bit better. Alright, time to photograph the new piece. This is my photo studio.
Don't let the dog out.
No, George. Georgie, you stay.
He doesn't listen to that.
Georgie.
Stay, baby.
Almost stepped in some. Alright, we'll send this off to the guy in Australia. Make sure he likes it. Watch out for the poop. Alright, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Finish these two. Let me know in the comments which one you like better. I'm kind of leaning towards this one. And yeah, Chelsea,
I like this one.
Chelsea likes that one. So let me know if you like Noah's adventure or if you like Mitchell and his robot friends. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, leave a like. If you want to tell me some awesome things, drop a comment. Click subscribe.
If you have a cute pet, tell us.
If you have a cute pet. You can ring the bell if you want to know exactly when the next video is coming out. Check out my Patreon. There's a bunch of exclusive content over there for my patrons. Thank you so much to my patrons for supporting me. This video is brought to you by Skillshare. Skillshare is a super awesome online learning resource. They got tons of tutorials on all kinds of things, art and photography, videography, and there's a link down in the description where you can get 2 free months of Skillshare. Every person who signs up for that 2 free months of Skillshare also supports this channel. So if you want to check that out, learn some stuff, it's all free, and support this channel, check that out. Thank you so much, and I will catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Do you have an outro?
that was my outro.
Bye. That long, 10-minute long thing that I was like.
The power of editing.
So, my dog was like in my feet.
That I'm trying not to love a man, cause she's having trouble finding trust in his same old story. Break me open, let's get closer, but I'll step back. I told her that I'm trying